liked by most people. But occasionally, of course, you have some time by yourself, and you want to play something, and it's sometimes hard to find people to join you. And the Scramble game can play solitaire, and that's what we want to demonstrate. Okay, we have demonstrated in the past game we called Pyramid, Scramble Pyramid, and we have demonstrated perhaps also other games we called Clockwise or a railroad track. These are names to sort of give you a clue how the game is structured or things like that. And we demonstrated, for example, a game called the Chinese Pagoda, which formed cards in a pagoda shape. And now today we're going to show you another solitaire game. We call it Wise Dozen. Okay. Now, by the definition, Wise Dozen means you will have 12 cards laid out in front of you. Okay. Now, you need to make words or form words out of these 12 cards. Now, the rules of playing is that you eventually will make as many words as possible out of the deck of cards, which is 136. And to continue make words, there is one rule to help you in the situation when you're stuck. Sometimes even you have 12 cards, you may or may not be able to make words. That is, the words you made, you lay down on the table next to the 12 cards, allow you to use the top letter, okay, top letter in and out of this word. For example, if you say you made a word, let's say land, L-A-N-D. Now, if you place that land on top, if the L is on top, the L is available for you to use along with the other 12 cards, or when the 12 cards go down to less than 12 cards, to make words. Okay? So that's the simple rule. And yet, it's a very interesting game, and we shall demonstrate to you now. For example, okay, you have a table here, you sit down, and you shuffle the cards, and you just simply lay down we call it Wise Dozen, all right? Okay, now let me see whether we would do it this way because the camera, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Is it 4? I hope these cards are in the view of the camera, otherwise the audience won't be able to see it. Okay. Now, so these are the 12 cards here, and you make words. Now, I like to introduce rules one at a time because sometimes when you explain a lot of rules you don't remember. For beginners, you can make words out of the 12 cards in any way you want. But if you want to sort of challenge yourself, okay, you could apply another rule, a condition. That is, the letters you take must be adjacent, attached to each other, okay? Then it restricts the probability of words that it can form. For example, all of these consonants together, it's very hard to make words if you say you have to make them adjacent to each other, and that restrict you. So, okay, only I can do these around here, okay? For example, F-E-D, certainly it's good, fed is a word, or F-A-D-E, fade is a word, and so forth, okay? And you can do D-E-A-N, dean, okay? But then these are stuck. Let's make it easier this time for the game, not have to be adjacent to each other. So that way you can make words faster. All right. So in this case, you see you got 2 G's and you got more consonants than vowels. So try to balance, use as many consonants as possible with 1 or 2 vowels. So let me see whether we could do, for example, okay, I would like to do, all right, I would do graft, G-R-A-F-T. Now, because sometimes, now, and I want to put the T on top rather than the other way, say G on top, because we already have a G here. Chances using 2G is less, so we'll put this word like this, as T on top. Okay, now we refill, since we don't place the adjacent to each other. If you need to apply the condition to be adjacent, then you should collapse these letters, then continue on your wise dozen. But now it doesn't matter, we just fill in the void and get the 12 again, okay, and continue on. Okay, now, interesting. We see Q and U come out same time. That is very rare, and it's just good for you because without U, Q cannot be used. So let's see what we can do with Q, U, Q, U, Q, U, I, Q, U, Q, U, oh, maybe you can. So we may have to wait. Remember, okay, remember T, this is good time to explain this rule. T is available for putting in and out. Because if you take the T and use it next time when T comes up, you have to put it back, okay? So let's say we want to anxiously get rid of the Q and say, do Q, U, I, T, E, quite, okay? And leave the E on top as a vowel and leave it here as a word. And remember, your graft, T is gone, so next T comes up, you have to replenish, okay, and put it back. And that's the leeway you have to play this. And I put E on top because we didn't have much vowels. Now 2E comes up, so that may not be as good. But certainly still better than having Q on top, because Q is not as useful, okay? Now we have these, situation not so good as 3 Ds, 2 Cs, okay, and 2 Es. So we really should try to, let's see, what can we do to, let's say we want to do, at least 1 D, 1 E, something ED, okay? Something ED. Oh. Or try to get rid of the 2 C's. That's a good one. How about we do science? S-C, science. S-C-I. S-C-I-E-N-C-E. Or can we do silenced? S-I-L-E-N-C-E-D. Hey, that may be good. Silence. Silence. E-D. Okay? Silenced. Isn't that a good? That's a good word, right? 5 letters and got rid of the 1 C and the D. Okay? I think that's a good, because you leave the C for next time. That's silenced. Okay? Now, do you want to put a D on top? No, because D, let's do silenced this way. S on top. Okay? See, these are the rules you have to remember to take it, as for your advantage. All right, U. Oh, wild. Ooh, that's good. N. W. Okay? All right. Now, you have wild. That gives a lot more possibilities here. Let's say you have G, U, A. Now, if you say wild, for example, is a R, you can do a word guard, G-U-A-R-D, okay? That's a word. And if you want to use W, you can do W-A-L, W-A-L-L or W. Well, I think we just do guard for the time being, okay? Since U is no longer that valuable as far as Q is concerned, it's gone. So we do guard and get rid of another D, okay? And still keep, oh, but we have to be careful. We need, do we want to put a G on top perhaps, okay? Since we have a D there. Now, watch, we don't have many vowels here. Hopefully we'll have vowels show up. And there's only one E available. Ooh, ooh. Oh, another U. Okay, good. E. Okay, good. T. All right. Huh. Now, ooh. Now, you got only E, U, E. Okay. This time we have these F, C, W. These are high point and L. High points are consonants. We really should use them. Okay. I can see a word F, L, U, E, N, T. Fluent. A word related to language. That, get rid of F, L, okay, and U, E, N, T. Okay, maybe not too bad, okay? Although the W I want to get rid of too, maybe next time, hopefully. Oh, by the way, the T is supposed to be replaced on graft, okay? However, you can borrow it again, okay? This rule is the only thing on top you can borrow. Let's say borrow it again, this fluent. Now the T is on top, or do you want an F on top? Maybe I think T on top is better, okay? Just remind us here, T is borrowed, so you have to replenish. Okay, let's put A, I. Oh, good, you got two vowels. Now T comes up, okay? And S, and F, and Y. Now, and you can put the T on top, okay? Replenish and put S here. Okay. Now you have two S, W, C, A, I, okay? For example, again, we didn't use C and W. We can do fairy, F, A, I, R, Y, because Y is pretty high point, okay? F, A, I, Y. Well, let's see. Can we do, how about we do W-A-R-D, okay, or scared, S-C-A-R-E-D, borrow the E. Which way would be? We can do weird. There's a lot of possibilities. Since we have two S, let's say we do S, okay, scar, without borrowing the E. Just keep the E there, all right? Scar suddenly is, even, how about scroll? Scroll, S-C-R-A-W, right? Scroll. Scroll. Halloween day. I see this is a chance you need to know how to spell words. The game of word game, good about it is to keep your brain working and learning words and keep refreshing spelling and so forth. And fantastic for kids and fantastic for adults and kids to play together. We call these solitaire games because you play by yourself, but there's no rule that you couldn't play together with your kid or family. Everybody join in, okay? I mean, there's no reason you can't help each other in this process and enjoy the game, okay? Now we have these words here with only one A, I, and E, okay? I can see an interesting word with several consonants, only using one. Let's say we do a draft, okay? Draft, okay? And save SH as next round. And those are typically easy words to make with SH. And we put D on top since we already have two T's. You don't want another draft with T on top, right? So E, I, A, O, A. Wow! Now we got too many vowels. We have two I's, two A's, E and O, okay? So we should think about making more vowels, at least take care of one A, one I. Ooh, comes to me, my mind, Daisy. How's that? D-A, D-A-I-S-Y. That's a good one. And leave the Y on top, okay? And that get rid of A-I. Okay, now R-L, wild. Excellent. E, D. Okay? Okay, wild card, some of you already know, and if you don't, is a card can be any letter. That's certainly very, very good for you to make words. And also, it comes with a bonus. Okay, wild card has bonus. For example, this wild card said 2W, which means is the word points you made will be times 2 as a bonus. So if you made 10 points word, it becomes 30 points. Okay, so that's very, very good for you. And of course, also it's being flexible for you to make longer words. Now here, we got two E's, A, I, O. It's a lot of vowels here, so we should try to make longer words and get rid of them. Now, D and E together is very common. You can use words in the past tense. So think about here. For example, if we say hailed, H-A-I-L-E-D, that got rid of quite a number of vowels, right? And it's a fairly decent word, except A-I. This I did not really use its bonus strategically. This is 3L, means the left side of the letter of I, okay, is multiplied by 3. Now, so it's better to say, let's say L or H or D start with I. For example, if I say dial, D-I-A-L, it's better because the D is 3 points, and with I, 3 points on the left, multiply 3 as a bonus, it gives you 9 points bonus, all right? And I can say a dialer, D-I-A-L-E-R, a dialer, okay? A phone dialer, and I mean, that's a word. And since we don't have R on top, and that's good, and keep this as dialer, okay? And as explained, dialer I is the left side is D. That's give you the 3 times 3, 9 points bonus. Okay, that's very good. That's dialer. Now we replenish these. P, okay, A, T, H, O, R, E, E. Wow, again, a lot of vowels, 2 E's, 2 O's, and A, and the while. So, 3 E's. Definitely you got to use a lot of E's here. Okay? One word comes along very quickly, say 3, T-H-R-E-E. Got rid of 2 E's, right? Or, if you want to use O, you can use it, but not as necessarily. For example, you can borrow a T, say tooth, T-O-O-T-H. Okay? I think rather than borrowing, let's just get rid of T-H-R-E-E. We got 3 E's anyway, right? T-H-R-E-E. And these E's are no bonus anyway, so it doesn't affect any selection. So that would make a reasonable choice, okay? Now, M, T, oh, another T. Wow, we've got too many T's now, huh? E, so E come up, 2 T's. So this time you got 2 E's, 2 O's, and let's see, I, A. Vowel-wise, you have almost everything. The question is, how do you, choose the letters so that you leave enough vowels for the next round and anticipate and think through. The 136 cards have a certain distribution, okay? There are 10 A's, 2 B's, 4 C's, okay? And 6 D's, and so on. These distribution is selected based on, probability of letter forming. A lot of statistics are done, research is done by this using, say, New York Times, using books, and so forth, okay? Because that's how they, determine the letters used in these, literature. And of course, we all know E is the most used letter, and therefore, we have 15 E's now. So, by keeping these in mind and counting the words that you already have, you don't have to literally write it down and everything, but just generally know, oh, we have used up a lot of A's or E's or U's and so on, and you can keep track, and that helps you to select proper words so that you don't get stuck. Okay, let's see. I don't think we have used that much O's, although there are 9 O's around. So we could simply say, okay, here, how about we use photo? P-H-O-T-O. Got rid of 2 O's, all right? That is probably fine. And leave the O on top because, there's no O on top, as, your resource. Another E, another U, another T, another I. All right, you can see there's a lot of vowels here, and again, 3 E's, 2 I's. So think about this is time sometimes it's the spelling comes in. It looks like something you can use a lot of I-A, E, for example, with M, like some miniature, something like that, all right? You could do that if you know how to spell, say M-I-N-A-T-U-R-E. You can borrow and put it back later on, and you have enough, okay? The question is, I don't have a dictionary here. I hope I can spell miniature correctly. M-I, miniature, M-I-N. Oh, we don't have an N here. Oh, no? Okay. Well, there's a wild card, right? Let's say we do wild card. A, T, you borrow an R and an E. That's a pretty good word. And we keep the M on top since, okay? That is, now, you borrowed R from this, okay? Let's just put it this way so I remember, because now it gets too many. Sometimes you don't remember which one you borrowed. You have to return this because later on when you keep score, you cannot have a partially, incomplete words, and that doesn't count points for you, right? So let's see. Because we are on camera, I'm laying cards like this, a little bit awkward for me, and we have to put it nice and neat. At home, you do any way you want, and if you play with 2 people, 3 people, kids around and so forth, help each other, cards can be any way. It doesn't have to be that neat, okay, as long as you can see the cards. And that's why these cards are designed that way, in big letters and multiple purposes and so forth. Okay, now we got Z and K and J come out at the same time, which is not a good situation, because these are hard letters to use. They're high points, but hard to use, okay? So think about how do we get rid of them, and quickly. Now, J and K is also hard to use. We could probably easily get rid of that. Let's say J, joke, example, all right? J, you can, joist, that's a word. Z, what can you do with Z? For example, Z is not as easy here. You can do a zit or something like that. But maybe we should start J-O-K-E first, okay? I mean, that get rid of both J and K, and we have lots of E's, okay? Now, we don't have any vowel E for bonus, so either one we pick, okay? So that's joke. Now, you want to put J on top or not, because we already have E's, 2 E's on top. Let's say put J on top. Sometimes you still can borrow J, but it's difficult to return J, because there's only one J in the whole deck, okay? There's in this alphabet, 26 alphabets, there's few letters, only 1 singles, okay? J is 1, Z is 1, Q is 1, so you have to remember these, okay? And V is 1, and K is 1, okay? And X is 1. So, so you don't really want to borrow J because you cannot return. But sometimes you have to in order to make another word, and even that's in partial word, you just leave it, okay? So I think you got the idea, okay? And you can see we still have half deck, and because I'm explaining and so on, we do it very slow. Normally you can go through this in 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, depends how fast you do, and make the game faster. But for your the benefit, I do it slow. Now, this type of game, we call it Solitaire, Scramble, and the book we have described many Scramble played in solitaire form. And we will explain more and introduce more on the show as time allows. Okay? Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Well, remember, volatility is equal to 1 standard deviation, and we said that there's about a 2/3 chance that the outcomes will lie between plus and minus 1 standard deviation. Well, where does that, we saw it empirically. Now let's think about where does that actually come from? Is there a way, what about plus and minus 2 standard deviations? What about 0.2 to 1.8 standard deviations? How do we calculate what lies in there? Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, what we've got is volatility is that 2/3 is nothing more than the area under the curve. If you, do I have that chart? This chart right here, the curve actually would look very much like this, and we're going to block it off right here. Well, this square right here is 1. This square is 1. This square is 1. And this square is 1. So the area under these squares, or the area of these squares is the 4. So that's the area under this particular line. And then there's this part of the curve that is not